Hello, friends. Our story for today is called What About Moose? And it was written by Corey Rosen Schwartz and Rebecca J. Gomez and illustrated by Kiki Yamaguchi. So that means Corey and Rebecca are the ones who wrote all the words in the story because they're the author. And the illustrator is the person who drew all the pictures. So that would have been Kika Yamaguchi. So it's called What About Moose? I want you to think. What do you think this story is going to be about, friends? Talk to your families. What do you think it's going to be about? Well, it looks pretty interesting. Let's see what happens. Fox met her friends with her toolbox in hand. It's time to start building. Now here's what I've planned. She divvied up jobs and then Moose trotted in. I'm here, he announced. Let construction begin. How do you think Moose feels to be there with his friends? Do you think he's happy? I think he looks pretty excited. He put on a hard hat and said, let's get to it. I'll be the foreman. I know how to do it. Now hold on, said Fox. Let's work as a team. We need your help with that big, heavy beam. But Moose made a sign that said, caution, work zone, and shouted commands from a big megaphone. Bear, crank the handle to tighten that brace. Toad, keep on standing, but pick up the pace. But what about you, Moose? Toad asked with concern. I'm overseeing, said Moose, looking stern. He spotted and jotted down all imperfections while marching around doing careful inspections. Skunk, put your back into lifting those poles. Porcupine, watch it. You're poking small holes. He spouted and shouted all kinds of advice. Measure correctly. We must be precise. How do you think that is making his friends feel? Do you think his friends like it when he's talking to them like that? I don't think I would like that. Would you like that if some of your friends were talking to you that way? I don't think so. But what about you, Moose? Fox asked with a glare. You're tromping around but not doing your share. Moose wiped his forehead. I've worked up a sweat. Being in charge is the toughest job yet. Skunk nailed the crossbeams to make the floor strong. But Moose said, no, what do you think Moose is going to say next? Let's find out. Not that way. You're doing it wrong. The floor and the door should be just a bit straighter. Then Porcupine mumbled, who made him dictator? He is not being very nice to his friends. Fox laid the floorboards as Toad manned the drill. Bear did the caulking with a handyman's skill. Moose clambered up as they nailed the planks tight. Time for the walls, he said. Don't take all night. But what about you, Moose? You're in the way. Nonsense, said Moose. Just do as I say. A cluckety-plunk, one wall was complete. Perfect, said Moose, but watch out for my feet. The walls all went up as they hefted and pounded. What do you think they're making? Look at that. I wonder what they're making. And build around Moose until they built it around Moose until he was surrounded. Get ready. Now steady. Now listen to me. Lift up the roof when I count 1, 2, 3. But what about you, Moose? The friends said as once. What's happening to Moose? Moose said, no questions. Our work's almost done. Don't worry, just hurry and set it on top. And they put it in place with a loud banging plop. Where is Moose? How do you think he's going to get out of there? Do you think that his friends liked the way that he was talking to them? And it was too late when Moose hollered, "Stop!" He's stuck. "Hey, what about me?" Moose's muffled voice cried. "You built all around me. Now I'm shut inside. I'll never squeeze out of this tiny front door. What are you all just standing there for?" Do you think you could fit inside that door? It looks awfully small. I don't think I would fit in there. What do you think? Moose doesn't think he's going to fit. Bear tried to pull using all of his might. "It's hopeless," cried Moose. "The door's way too tight." He groaned and grumbled. "It's squishing me." "We'll help you," said Fox, "if you can keep your mouth shut." They want him to be quiet. He's not been very quiet yet. Let's see what he does. "So here's my idea." And they all huddled near, plotting and planning so Moose couldn't hear. With thumping and bumping, they worked around Moose, and soon they were ready to set their friend loose. How do you think they're going to do it? They made a plan. They worked together and made a plan. Let's find out. I want to know how they're going to do it. A push and a smush, and he popped back inside. Oh, wow! A trap door! He zipped down the slide. Then Fox named a game that the friends could all play. And what about Moose? What do you think Moose is going to do next? He went down that slide. That looks like a lot of fun. I wish I could go down that slide. He played it their way. It says, follow the leader. He decided to do it their way instead of giving them all the directions. That's a fun story. All right. I will be back tomorrow. Wishing you well until then. I'll see you later. Bye, friends.